Goals are such a personal thing, and I've always had goals in my life, be it I want to go and climb this mountain, I want to learn to skydive, I want to teach scuba diving, I want to travel to a specific country, I want to do well at school, I want to pass my exams, I want to learn to ride a bike. I think all of us have goals that we inevitably discover and follow in our life. But what's a good way of approaching goals? It is so important to be realistic and grounded when setting goals. Now, by that I mean anything in life is possible. You only have to watch Cirque du Soleil or the Olympics to know that human beings are capable of so much. These individuals that are part of Mensa, Nobel Peace Prize winners, human beings can do incredible things with their bodies and their minds. But for mere mortals, we all have to start somewhere, and it can take thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of practice before you become an expert at something. If you want to get fit or you want to get strong, which is even better, don't set yourself the goal of lifting 500 kilos before you can even lift 10 kilos. It's important to be realistic with the goals that you set, otherwise you become disheartened. Don't set yourself up to fail. Set yourself up to win, and then increase the goal, increase the journey, increase the possibility of what you can achieve. I set myself a goal over the last few weeks to eat less sugar. Now, this is a really, really difficult goal because, as you know, sugar is basically in everything we eat. You know, be it natural sugars in fruit, sugar that's added to bread, pasta. It's really difficult to cut out sugar. So I adjusted my goal parameters. I didn't say no sugar because I would just eat lettuce. And there's probably some form of sugar in lettuce that occurs in your body at some point. And I'm not a nutritionist, but by that I mean I set the goal more realistically. So I said refined and processed sugars. So chocolate bars, puddings, cheesecakes, things that have sugar added that I'm aware of. And then I also chose to not eat things that I knew had a high naturally occurring sugar. For example, maple syrup and waffles. These are things which have lots of sugar in, because I want to achieve my goal. I don't want to fail and then feel crappy about it. So I'm setting my goals realistically. I'm following them as much as I can. And if something goes wrong, I reset and I start again. Because it's not about setting extreme goals and then not being able to achieve them. Perhaps you want to start reading, and I love reading. Don't set out to read the Iliad or Lord of the Rings or, sizable books that are meaty and detailed. Start with something shorter, something that engages you and excites you to read, but that you're not going to turn page chapter 22 and still realize you've got 400 chapters left and you're never going to finish it. So start small, aim big. If you're looking to get fit, lose weight, get strong, then hold yourself accountable. And by that I mean involve others. So I am notorious for losing momentum, particularly in the winter months. The thought of dragging myself out of my nice warm bed and then going up to the gym to train, I'm like, oh God, I can think of like a million things I'd prefer to do. Probably my tax return over going up to the gym. But if I have texted a friend and arranged for them to come and meet me, then I do it. Because if I've got someone waiting for me at the gym, I'm being held accountable. So it just changes the dynamic and it makes it easier for you to be held accountable and then do what you set out to do. And remember, if you really don't like what you're doing, you should change it. So if you're trying to get fit, if you're trying to change your diet, if you're trying to learn a new hobby, whatever it is, if you start doing it and you realize you really, really, really don't like it, don't keep doing it. Change it up, mix it up, find some different approach to it, because then you can still reach your goal without being miserable, because life is too short for that. How do you go about setting goals? Are there any goals that you're working towards at the moment? I'd love to know how you set out to achieve them. Let me know in the comments below.